I realized I was the toxic one in every relationship when my therapist asked me one brutal question. For years, I believed I was cursed with terrible partners, 3 serious relationships, 3 painful endings, paired all their fault, or so I thought. My friends called me the unlucky one when it came to love. My first boyfriend was emotionally unavailable. My ex-VNSDN was commitment phobic despite proposing. My last relationship ended because he was too focused on his career. I had a perfectly crafted narrative about each failed relationship with me, always cast as the victim. Then last year, after my third breakup left me sobbing on my bathroom floor at 3 a.m. for the 5th night in a row, I finally started therapy. Not because I thought I needed to change but because I wanted validation that I kept choosing the wrong men. For weeks, I told my therapist, Dr. Chen, about all the ways I'd been wronged. She listened patiently as I described how my ex-VNST would shut down during arguments, how he'd abandoned me emotionally when things got difficult. Then during our 6th session, while I was mid-rant about how my most recent ex never prioritized me, Dr. Chen asked the question that stopped me cold. When was the last time he asked about his dreams instead of telling him about yours? I stared at her, mouth literally open. I couldn't remember, not once. I've noticed something, she continued gently. In all your stories, you describe what these men didn't give you, but you never mention what you gave them. That night, I couldn't sleep. I scrolled through old text messages and saw what I'd been blind to, parent paragraphs of me demanding emotional support, but barely acknowledging when my partners were struggling. Photos of birthdays where they celebrated me elaborately while I'd forgotten or minimized theirs. The truth hit me like a physical blow. I wasn't unlucky in love. I was selfish in love. I'd been raised by a mother who taught me that women should never settle and demand what you deserve. Parent good advice that I'd twisted into something toxic. I'd entered every relationship with a checklist of needs, but rarely asked about theirs. The hardest part, my exes to apologize. My ex-fan STH cried when I acknowledged how I'd belittled his career struggles. My most recent ex admitted he'd been dealing with depression while I was complaining about him not texting enough. It's been 8 months of intensive therapy since that breakthrough moment. I'm still single, but for the first time I'm okay. With that, I am learning that love isn't a transaction where I present my needs and expect them to be fulfilled. Yesterday, Dr. Chen asked me what I am looking for in my next relationship. Instead of my usual list of requirements, I said, Chem and I can support as much as they support me. She smiled and said, that's when you'll know it's real love. The most painful truth I've learned is that sometimes the toxic person in your story is staring back at you in the mirror. But the most hopeful truth is that recognizing it is the first step to changing it. If you've ever wondered why your relationships follow the same painful pattern, maybe ask yourself the question that changed everything for me. Are you giving as much as you are asking for?